Hey guys, I'm Sage Valentine and I'm back here to review CBS's Big Brother Season 20, episode number 15. So let's just get down to it. Season 20. I sound like a broken record in saying it. This is the gift that keeps on giving. Let me know what you guys are thinking as far as Bayleigh's reign is concerned. I want comments from casuals, comments from feed watchers, comments, and more comments because I'm ready to talk about it. But I'm letting you know right now, this review right here will be a little bit longer than usual because I have to add in Kaitlyn's exit interview with Julie Chen, because as you know, it got cut short because Big Brother appears like they thought that Kaitlyn was going to win, so they had no need to even have a segment. So I watched it, took notes, I followed the feeds as much as I could, so let's just get down to this review. Well, on Thursday at 1 in the morning, I found out that, well, technically it was Friday, 1 in the morning, but you get where I'm going. I found out that Bayleigh won the HOH and I was shocked. Bayleigh is the first black woman to win the HOH since, what did they say, season 13, season 11, something like that. Anyway, she's the first in a very long time, and I really had to go back and research and remember and make sure that what I'm about to say was correct. But Monica from season 2 was the first black woman to win an HOH competition, and she won it during week 9. Alright, so while I was watching the feeds, Tyler tried to cozy up to Bayleigh as he always does. To the casuals, Tyler likes Bayleigh and has liked Bayleigh since day 1. Don't believe the edits as far as their relationship is concerned. She knows that someone tried to frame Tyler, and she's talking about JC, and make it seem like he was the one who voted against the pack, i.e. voted for Rockstar. Bayleigh is working the hell out of her social game, honey. Wait until episode 16 and 17 to see what she has done. I'm sure quite a few of you have heard that her HOH reign this weekend has been cracked, has been crazy, but I knew that because I could feel it, because Bayleigh doesn't seem like a very impulsive player to me. For a black woman to make it this far in the game and not be put up on the block in this part of the series of Big Brother, it's pretty big. So I knew that she had a plan, but I was trying to figure out what that plan was. And I figured it out, and it will reveal itself in Wednesday's episode. And I'm sure that Big Brother is going to have the episode all cut up so that you see Bayleigh kind of acting a bit cracked. But if you've been watching Big Brother as long as I have, or you've been watching it for a very long time, you know that everybody who plays Big Brother is cracked and becomes cracked at some point in the game. You have to be cracked to win this game. You have to be cracked to play this game. It is what it is. Bayleigh is pretty much alone, so really she's making her own decisions at this point. And I think she also said that to Tyler as well, that she's alone in the game. Tyler says to Bayleigh that he will do whatever she needs him to do, and trust me, he does. And you'll find out all about that on Wednesday in episode 16. Bayleigh said that she won't nominate Sam and Tyler. She won't nominate Sam because Sam didn't put her up as a replacement nominee, and she won't nominate Tyler because, again, like she said, and it was shown in this episode, she doesn't want to kick anybody while they're down. Bayleigh considers the idea of Scotty flipping. So don't think by watching tonight's episode, and this is to the casuals, that Bayleigh just outright said, well, Scotty flip. No. But I don't blame her for thinking that game-wise, considering the fact that he revealed that he flipped and voted to kick out Swaggy. So anybody in this game would think the same way, and Throwing that hinky vote and admitting to it makes you very shady in the Big Brother game, from what I've seen over all these seasons. So let's get down to Kaitlyn's interview with Julie. And first of all, I'm going to also say to you that while watching that interview, Kaitlyn looked like she was on the verge of crying or just breaking down and crying. So Kaitlyn said that she completely understands why people did what they did in the game, and she gave a spiritual answer to Julie about Fessy not saving her and what everyone else did and why they did what they did. It was something she said about intuition, and that's what their intuition told her, or told them as well. People made those decisions for a reason. Kaitlyn says that she does not regret evicting Swaggy. I didn't think she would regret that. She said that she nominated him because he gave her a reason to nominate him. What was the reason? Because I remember her saying on the feeds that her reason had to do with some mess that happened in her past, and it had really nothing to do with Swaggy. And mostly the reason why she targeted him was because of Tyler. Tyler pointed her in that direction, although she did not have to target him. But Tyler kept running back and saying he did this, he said this, blah, 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 blah. She doesn't think that Fessy is a strong player. She claims that she threw him that veto. Yeah, I know. Julie Chen was looking at her like, I was looking at my phone like, no, you didn't. You lost that veto. She was like, I could have saved myself. I'm like, if you could have, you definitely would have. Kaitlyn said that Sam was a hypocrite. And I'm just like, that's the pot calling the kettle black. And Kaitlyn said that her intuition hurt her in the game. She could not tell when people were lying. Nope, because she couldn't tell all the times when Tyler was lying to her. And she said that she loves everyone, and she believed. Kaitlyn was really surprised when she found out that JC was the person who voted to evict Rockstar. She thought it would be Tyler. I don't know why she thought it would be Tyler, because Tyler was not trying to shine a light on himself. He is worried about his impression in this house. Yes, he's pulling strings, but he wants people to think he is one way to protect his image in the house. But anyway, we get down to the goodbye messages. Bayleigh said, you've been doing a lot of crazy in this house, and this is for Swaggy. It's pretty funny. Bayleigh's talking about Kaitlyn doing a lot of crazy when Bayleigh was doing a lot of crazy this week, and maybe not on the same level as Kaitlyn, but she was inching up just a little bit. And I'm not surprised that she said it was for Swaggy, because if you've been watching the feeds, you know that Bayleigh really, really misses Swaggy. And her mention of him is annoying a lot of fans. But me, I'm just like, I'm not surprised. She really liked him. Fessy told Kaitlyn in his goodbye message, you are my best friend. Forgive me. Haley said that she will miss Kaitlyn. Tyler said that Kaitlyn was amazing and terrible for his game. He's sorry for what she will see when she sits down and she watches the episodes. Yeah, because then she'll see how he played her. I mean, really, really played her. Kaitlyn says that she's rooting for everybody in the house and she wants a girl to win. She would like to see Bayleigh win, but if a girl can't win, then she wants Tyler to win. So I'm going to go back a page because I wrote some other notes. So Bayleigh says to Tyler that he's a physical threat, and they're having a conversation, I think, about people pairing up or something like that, like working together. And she said that people in Big Brother choose friends over the people that they like, I guess, to save from the block or to save with the veto, such and such and such. So I got the impression that people feel like they're good with Bayleigh. And that's pretty weird considering that she has to nominate somebody. I felt like, level 5 probably thought that Bayleigh could be easily manipulated into voting someone of her own. And I liked how her HOH reign scared the crap out of them. So much so that you will see what's going on with that alliance in the next couple episodes. Big Brother, hopefully you guys show exactly what I'm alluding to. But let's continue this review. So the house as a whole is a mess because they're trying to figure out who Bayleigh is going to nominate. Now, this is from the feeds. Production was extra pissed. And by production, I mean that one dude who since season 1 is always the person that tells people such and such go to the diary room. Well, I remember something that happened where they told Fessel to stop doing something, he wouldn't do it. So then the voice production guy was just like, Fessel. All of a sudden, Fessel made a face and flipped off the camera. I'm just like, Fessel, do not piss off production. Really, the house guests are a bit out of it. I mean, after what happened with Kaitlyn, they're still trying to deal with that. Because I think a lot of them really thought that she was going to win and head back into the house. Now, level 5 wants Bayleigh to target Scotty. They want to plant the seeds. The thing is that Bayleigh's not listening to them. She has her mind made up, kind of like Sam had her mind made up last week. The only difference is that Bayleigh's not being misogynistic. She's being cracked. She's very straight to the point. She's being sarcastic, and a lot of people on social media are saying, oh my God, she's so angry, and she's saying these things. She's threatening Scotty. No, she's not. She's being really, really sarcastic. So the feeds were cracked. Okay, meeting crazy. A lot of crazy stuff is happening. At first, it looked like Bayleigh was going to blow up her game. This is what I meant when I said that Bayleigh seemed like she had a plan. So I kind of sat back to see how it would play out because I didn't see and I don't see Bayleigh as the type of player to do something stupid to sink her game. And then I found out that Bayleigh told Rachel that she had that power app. And I'm just like, yet another person telling people they have a power app. And I said to myself, maybe this will work out like it did with Sam, where when Sam revealed it to Tyler and it kind of helped her game and helped her stay in the game. I just wanted to see how this was going to go. Well, by doing that, I can tell you, for those of you who do not have the feeds, that Bayleigh planted a seed that has Rachel and Angela questioning whether or not they should trust Tyler. Yeah, the feeds were pretty crazy, and hopefully Big Brother shows that in their edits. They take less time to show this whole segment with JC acting silly and show us more of what's going on, especially for the casual players because the viewers, because people who are watching on the feeds already know what's going on. Okay. So Angela, Casey, and Rachel believe that somebody, now I saw this last night, so bear with me. Angela, Casey, and Rachel believe that someone in level 5 is going rogue. And I'm saying to myself, it's Tyler, and he's been doing that for a very long time. Rachel says that their conversation has to stay between them, and there was something that I think Rachel said to Angela in front of Casey, and they told Casey, no, you can't tell Tyler, this has to stay in this room. Now, for those of you watching the feeds, you already know that Casey is blindly allegiant to Tyler because of some sort of final 2 deal that they made, whatever. But the point is, Rachel and Angela wanted to stay in the room so the 3 of them can stick together. But they got to worry about Casey because Casey is chasing behind Tyler. As I said, Casey is blindly allegiant to Tyler because of some final 2 deal, blah, blah, blah. And you know how that goes. Also, On a side note, doesn't Tyler have deals with a lot of people in this house? So how can this work if he claims he has to deal with Casey? He's making deals with Brett. He's making deals with this one and that one. Every time a player seems to do that, that kind of blows up in their face. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but I have. But I can say one thing, that Casey, Angela, and Rachel have washed their hands of Brett. Level 5 is crumbling, and that's the only spoiler I will tell you coming from the feeds, but let's get back to that. Big Brother threw major shade at Kaitlyn during the narration of this episode, like the opening narration before they show the opening like credits and introduce us to each of the house guests. We know that Kaitlyn left the house. The house guests are shocked that she lost. Rockstar is super happy. It's time for Falte to take over the house, and so far they're doing that. Now that it's Bayleigh's HOH reign. Now how it will go next week, God only knows. Sam was kind of upset that Kaitlyn left, but then she's like, you know what goes around comes around. I hope she pays attention to what she just said, because it's going to come around for Sam as well. Faisal said, or Fessy said, it was time for Kaitlyn to go. Tyler said that because of that vote, he needed to clear his name in regards to it, because he doesn't want anybody thinking that he's the one that cast that hinky vote. Tyler swears to Haley and Faisal that he did not cast that hinky vote. Fessy takes offense that Haley asked him if he cast the vote. So remember what I said in my last review? Haley is not that into Faisal. Not at all. Maybe she likes him, but not as much as Faisal likes her. JC lied to Tyler and said that he did not cast a vote for Rockstar. We all know he did. He did so to cause drama. Obviously, this is Big Brother. Tyler says that Kaitlyn was not his number one, but he tells the house that he voted her out. And he feels like someone is trying to target him. Yeah, JC. Little does he know, and little does level 5 know, that JC is the one who cast that hinky vote, meaning he's the one that cast the vote for Rockstar to go home. But level 5 believes it was Scotty that did it. And because JC campaigned so heavily to get Kaitlyn out of the house, he's off the hook for the moment. They don't think that it's him that did it. Bayleigh thinks that it could be Scotty. Game-wise, I'm not surprised that she thinks that way because of that vote that Scotty cast for Swaggy. Also, a lot of house guests have been saying that Scotty has been a bit shady, so Bayleigh's not the only one. If you watch the feeds, you see how everybody is kind of iffy about Scotty, so Scotty is by himself. Bayleigh admits to Sam, while talking to Sam, that Scotty voted out Swaggy. He was the one that cast that hinky vote. So we get to the HOH competition, and like I said, Bayleigh's the first black woman to win HOH in a very long time. Honestly, I've known she won HOH since last Thursday, but if I didn't, judging by the focus on her and the fact that, like, her diary room sessions were so positive and happy and upbeat, I put 2 and 2 together. Angela threw that HOH competition, and I'm not surprised because she's one of 4 actually, pieces of furniture in the house, i.e. Casey, Rachel, Angela, and Brett, because I think Brett is floating now. He's not really doing anything, and some people will say, well, you know, he's not a target, so he's not going to do much of anything but lay low. Brett was a piece of furniture before he tried to win that veto competition. And I really don't think he tried that hard to win this HOH competition. So everybody seemed like they were happy that Bayleigh won. Well, level 5 was to her face, but you know how they feel. They feel a little bit iffy because they don't know where her head is at. Bayleigh has joined the Hall of Fame for Big Brother 20 as being another HOH who is a wild card. But Scotty was the happiest for Bayleigh that she won. Bayleigh calls herself the queen of the house, but she's very iffy about Scotty. Again, no surprise. Falte is super happy that Bayleigh won the HOH. So now all of them are safe for the week. Level 5 is worried, and Rachel wants to push Scotty under the bus. Now that scene with Bayleigh and Tyler, all you need to know is that Bayleigh was in that room by herself reading her Bible and Tyler came in. For all you casual viewers, you need to understand that Tyler has had feelings for Bayleigh since day one. I don't believe a word he says. And sometimes when I'm watching the feeds, a conversation will come up where Bayleigh's name will pop up and he kind of tries to shoot it down a bit. I don't know what's going on. Like, do those two have an alliance or something? Is he trying to protect her? I don't know what's going on with Tyler and Bayleigh, but I know that he does like her. Now, Tyler says he's manipulating Bayleigh, but again, I don't believe a word that comes out of his mouth. I also don't think that Bayleigh is that stupid to think that Tyler is all here for her. And I remember on social media, a lot of people were saying, well, you know, she should have targeted Bayleigh. She should have targeted Tyler. Here's the thing. When people target the shady person in the house, I mean, outright target that person, 9 out of 10 times that person ends up doing what? Winning the veto. Then it becomes a big mess. Honestly, it's best to keep your enemies closer and your friends close. I'm probably saying that wrong. I think it's your friends close and your enemies closer, but you get what I'm saying. It's better to keep him close than to target him at this point. I know a lot of casual viewers are probably saying, well, you know, isn't he targeting her? Again, I don't believe a word that comes out of his mouth in regards to Bayleigh. And I really think that he got Swaggy C out the house so that he could spend more time with Bayleigh. That's just me. And Bayleigh says the reason she doesn't want to nominate him is because she doesn't want to kick him while he's down. Haley said that anyone who is not with us is against us. Bayleigh says that she's only worried about the guys targeting her. And that Scotty has been acting shady, and he has. But Scotty is very, very loyal to Bayleigh. The thing is, she doesn't know that. We know that because we are watching the TV show and the feeds. She doesn't know that. Doesn't know that. She wants to put up Brett, but she's not sure who she should put Brett up against. She needs to figure out another nomination that will keep the blood off her hands. I really hate that saying, but I had to say it. So Bayleigh asked Scotty if he's the one that cast the hinky vote and tried to evict Rockstar. Scotty says no, but he thinks that Rachel is the one who did. Bayleigh's like she needs him to be Team Bayleigh. He promises to be on her side. And she says that she doesn't think that his shady side is directed towards her, so she's going to leave him alone for now. Bayleigh says that, and she's having a conversation with, of all people, JC. She knows that JC is not going to turn on her, and that people were suggesting that he be a pawn on the block. That is true. She needs to know where his head is at. And JC agrees to kind of work with her and not target her. But then he says in the diary room that he came to play and not be a puppet, but he is a puppet. He's a level 5 puppet. Keep that in mind, casuals. JC was talking to Fessy. He's upset that people want to put him up as a pawn. And they've been talking to Bayleigh about that. Fessy says that's because nobody knows where his head is at. Fessy has been working with JC for a long time, and he doesn't want JC to go, so he's going to go up to Bayleigh and kind of talk Bayleigh out of putting him up at all. So Fessy says that JC will be loyal over Rachel. That's a big red flag game-wise, because JC is a pretty shady character. On the TV show, they really don't show the multitude of what he does, but he's very, very shady. And Bayleigh knows that he's shady. And she said that JC could be an asset even though he gets on her nerves. And she's right about when she says that he, meaning Fessy, is sticking his neck out for JC, and he's a fool for doing it. He is, because this whole JC and Fessy situation reminds me of the Kaitlyn and Fessy situation. Both situations equal Fessy being used. So Bayleigh and Haley decide to confront Fessy about him protecting JC. And what you need to know is that production spoke to Bayleigh and asked her, whose HOH is this? Is it yours or is it Fessy's? And that's why that conversation happened. Bayleigh said that JC cannot be trusted. And Fessy is very upset, but Fessy needs to understand game-wise that he is one of those players that is going to continuously be used by people in his game until he really starts playing for himself. And keeping JC in this house is not going to further his game, because JC is going to keep him to a certain point and then he's going to target him. We don't know where JC's loyalty lies. JC is here for himself just like everybody else is. But the thing about JC is that if JC ever becomes an HOH, that is going to be the most cracked HOH reign that we have seen in a long time. It'll probably blow Kaitlyn's out of the water. Bayleigh's short little blowing her game / blowing up or helping crumble or helping to make level 5 crumble situation. It's going to blow it out of the water because, again, we don't know what JC is thinking. So Bayleigh's talking to Rachel, and she tells Rachel that Scotty thinks that she's the one who flipped the vote, and Rachel is upset. Bayleigh tells Rachel she wants to put up Brett and that Brett has to go. And he does have to go. He's a dangerous player. And she wants to use Rachel as a pawn. Now, keep in mind, for those of you who do not have the feeds, Rachel agreed to be a pawn. She agreed to it. Then she ran to Angela talking about, I didn't want to do it. And I think Angela said back to her, you know, did you tell her you wanted to do it? Yes. I'm like, you could have just said no if that's not what you wanted. And then Bayleigh tells Rachel that she has the Power app. And I'm just like, Bayleigh, what are you doing? Why are you telling Rachel you have the Power app? And Bayleigh said that she does that to prove that she can keep Rachel safe. And then Rachel went off to tell Angela, and now Angela is considering telling Bayleigh that Rachel told her. Again, level 5 is sinking. About as low as Falte was sinking, but they're still holding on with what little they have to keep themselves afloat. So we get down to the nominations. Bayleigh nominated Brett and Rachel. Brett was basically an easy target because he's been nominated before. She gets no blood on her hands by doing this. Bayleigh said that she nominated Rachel to give her an opportunity to play in the veto competition and win. Do you guys think that she won? Because I know the answer. I just want to know if you think that she won. Leave me some comments and let me know. Bayleigh said, you know, Brett and Rachel could win the veto, and then she might have to put up JC. And if she does, I won't be upset. I say you get them before you get got, as they say. Rachel is sad. but she is glad that she has the opportunity to save herself via the veto. Brett said that Bayleigh should be worried because she declared war. The thing is that Brett needs to win a competition and he hasn't done that, so yeah. And Fessy is happy because he's actually playing Big Brother. Well, he thinks he is, but from my vantage point, I see him being used. It's about time that he stop latching on to people and play his own game, because he's just being used. And it's not cute. It wasn't cute with Kaitlyn, and it's definitely not cute, even with the cute little edit in those scenes with JC. It's not cute because JC is not being very nice to him. And there's a lot of people online complaining about Bayleigh being what's the word, depicted as an angry black woman. It's Big Brother. Every black woman who has played on this game is always depicted as an angry black woman. Also, you have to take into account that that is the depiction of black women on all reality shows, no matter how nice. It's not something that we like, but it's something that we can't change. My mom thinks that in order to change that, black women and black people should stop going on reality TV shows, but that's not gonna happen. So you all take care. I love you guys, and I'll see you Wednesday. I'll review episode number 16, Thursday 17, and Sunday 18, and so on and so forth. So bye guys. I told you this was extra long and I had to talk, but it's been an interesting weekend. Love you guys. Bye guys. Bye.